see this child as a bridge, just as they see you.
Let your son lead the world with a cry as mighty as the waters.
This is not just a book, this is a story. The story of strength, of royalty, of Warri. Dom Domingos, the king of Warri.
By the river where mangroves sway, the sunlight's paths of yesterday.
The Warri Palace awoke that morning in quiet anticipation. Its courtyard were bathed in the soft glow of dawn, where the first light filtered gently through towering palm fronds. Casting shifting patterns upon mud walls adorned with woven tapestries. Tapestries that told old stories of the river's serpentine journey, winding endlessly between land and sea. Nearly one full cycle of seasons had passed since the Omeyin conspiracy was crushed. The echoes of betrayal had faded into memory, and Ogiame Dom Domingos' reign had settled into a careful rhythm, one shaped by vigilance, restraint, and hard-earned authority. The Ijaw had retreated deep into their creeks, nursing old wounds and watching from the shadows. The Portuguese traders, humbled by the disgrace of Captain Alvarez, now cloaked their ambitions behind smiles and measured words. And yet, beneath the calm, the river remained watchful. But today, Warri's attention shifted. From war, from trade, from strategy. Today, the kingdom leaned toward joy. Olori Maria was in labor. The heir to the throne of Warri was about to be born. The air carried the familiar scent of fresh palm wine, mingled with the damp tang of river mud, a fragrance that spoke not of conflict, but of life, continuity, and return. Drums were silent, spears rested. Even the palace guard stood with softened expressions, knowing this day would be remembered long after battles were forgotten.
Loyalty tested, courage sword, new dawn rising, your crown reborn.
Dom Domingos paced the outer chamber. Gone was the scarlet Kemeje of kingship. In its place, he wore a simple white wrapper, a gesture of humility before the gods, and reminder that no crown holds power over birth. Coral beads clicked softly at his wrists and neck with each step, their sound echoing like the footsteps of ancestors walking beside him. Nearby, resting upon a carved stool, lay the European crown, its golden cross catching the first rays of dawn. A symbol of his divided heritage, a reminder that Domingos stood always between worlds, His face, usually carved with the calm resolve of a ruler, betrayed him now. His dark eyes flickered toward the birthing chamber with each cry that pierced the morning air. Maria's voice was sharp, determined, unyielding, strong, yet each sound cut into his heart like a blade. This was a battle he could not fight. Princess Temieno stood by the door. No longer a child, she had grown into a poised young woman of 19. Her wrapper was a deep, vibrant green, adorned with coral beads that caught the light as she shifted her weight. Her eyes moved between her brother and the chamber beyond. "She's strong, Domingos," Temieno said gently, though tension sat in her chest. Maria crossed mangroves. She faced conspiracies. She will conquer this too. Domingos managed a faint smile.
She's strong, Domingos. Maria crossed mangroves. She faced conspiracies. She will conquer this too.
His fingers brushed the charm Chief Oton had given him, a small pouch of herbs tied with red thread. Blessed with prayers for safe delivery, its rough texture grounded him. "I know her strength," he replied quietly. "But the gods test us all, and this test I cannot shield her from." "I know her strength, but the gods test us all, and this is a test I cannot shield her from." Ebi approached then, moving with the familiarity of a man who had walked beside Domingos through every storm. In his hands was a calabash of palm wine, its sweet aroma rising between them. "Drink, Ogiame," Ebi urged softly. "It steadies the heart." "Drink, Ogiame. It steadies the heart." Domingos took the vessel and sipped, the warmth spreading through his chest. "The people gather outside," Ebi continued. "They pray for a prince. They see this child as a bridge, just as they see you, a bond between river and sea." Domingos said nothing, but his thoughts drifted to Maria. "The people gather outside. They pray for a prince. They see this child as a bridge, just as they see you, a bond between river and sea." Their union had woven Warri and Portugal together in ways no treaty could. She had faced danger with courage, crossed oceans, and stood firm during the Omeyin crisis. Yet now, she faced the most perilous passage of all, one he could not share. Inside the birthing room, the air was thick with heat and incense. Olori Maria gripped Mama Wala's hand, her face slick with sweat. Her fine indigo wrapper lay discarded. Placed by a simple cloth stained with the red clay of the earth. The midwives chanted softly, their voices rising and falling like the river's tide, guiding her breath.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Olori Ewere stood nearby, regal even in shadow. Coral beads shimmered faintly against her wrapper as she dabbed Maria's brow with cool water. River flows strong in you. Let your son greet the world with a cry as mighty as the waters. Maria nodded, summoning strength from places deeper than pain. She thought of Domingos, of Warri, of the child who would carry their futures. And with a final cry, raw, powerful, shaking the very walls, the child was born. A wail filled the chamber.
The river flows strong in you. Let your son greet the world with a cry as mighty as the waters.
Hold her breath, let the river.
Pure, alive, unmistakable. Mama Wala lifted the newborn boy, his skin a warm blend of his mother's fairness and his father's bronze. Life pulsed through him as she cut the cord with a blessed knife etched in symbols of fertility. "A prince," she declared. Outside, ululations erupted like thunder-breaking clouds. "A son!" Temieno cried, bursting through the chamber. "You have a son!"
She did not cry. She carried
A son! You have a son!
Inside. Oh.
Domingos fell to his knees. Relief washed over him like a high hide, carrying away fear, doubt, and
She
prayer.
was the quiet strength of all. Maria,
He entered the room slowly, reverently. Olori Maria lay exhausted yet radiant, the child nestled against her chest. Domingos knelt beside her, touching the boy's tiny fist, fragile, warm, real. "You have given Warri its future," he whispered. "You have given Warri its future." She smiled faintly. "He is ours, and Warri's." When the child was placed in his arms,
He is ours, and Warri's.
Domingos held him as he would a sacred blade, steady, respectful, humbled. His name, Domingos said, voice thick with meaning, will be Anthonio Domingos, a name bridging bloodlines, river and sea, past and future. Celebration erupted across the palace grounds. Drums thundered, women danced, chiefs arrived bearing gifts, yams, carved stools, even a small canoe for the prince's future journeys. Even Ikena bowed low, offering cowries in silent repentance. Under the great Iroko tree, Anthonio was named before the gods. River water touched his brow, prayers rose, voices chanted his name. But joy, like the tide, never stands alone. Ebi soon whispered of ships, of Dutch demands, of Portuguese muskets waiting.
My lord, the shadows gather. We must act. What is your counsel? Patience, the time will reveal itself.
And Domingos knew a prince had been born, and with him, new storms. Still, as night fell and Antonio slept, Domingos understood this truth. A kingdom survives not by strength alone, but by legacy. And tonight, Warri's future breathes softly in his arms. Let's unfold the rest of the story in chapter 6.
River groans under their flight. Gold and ivory.
This book takes you on an emotional journey into the life of a king whose leadership truly shaped history. What really stood out to me was how rich it is in culture and tradition. You can actually feel the depth of it in every chapter. It's a story about courage, sacrifice, and the kind of legacy that lasts for generations. Don't miss out, grab your copy on Amazon and experience this royal journey for yourself.
Dom Domingos, the King of Warri, is a truly captivating account of leadership, tradition, and destiny. The book beautifully portrays both the strength and the struggles of a powerful monarch, weaving history together with the richness of African culture. It is deeply inspiring, profoundly moving, and a proud reflection of Warri's royal heritage. Grab your copy on Amazon.
As an Itsekiri man, I am proud to see our history and our culture come alive in this book. Dom Domingos, the King of Warri, is not just a story. It is our heritage, our strength, and our legacy captured in every page. Every Itsekiri should read it, feel it, and share it. Go get your copy on Amazon and honor our story.
River listens, silent and wide.